welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the Can't Say I Didn't Try tag. So recently Connor from Connor's Library Corner did this tag and I thought, well, I've ignored all the other tags he's actually tagged me in, so let's do the tag that he just tagged everyone in without naming anyone. So let's get on with it. So the first question is a book you should have DNF'd. And I have quite a few that I wish I DNF'd. But I think I'm going to have to go with The Children of Virtue and Vengeance. It does make a reappearance this year. I thought I could leave it in the past, but I can't. That book destroyed the love I had for the first book by destroying literally everything that happened in the first book, like the character development, the plot, just the choices made, everything just got completely demolished. And so yeah, I really wish I'd DNF'd it and just left it as I've read the first book and just left it at that. The second question is the most books you've read without finishing a series. Now this is difficult because I usually tend to finish my series, whether it takes me a while or not. I usually tend to finish a series at least within the same year that I started it. Just thought of one that I haven't actually finished. It's the Vampire Diaries series. Now there's about 13 books and I'm pretty sure I read 11 and then stopped. And the funny thing is, the last two books are actually fairly short, so I could easily have just read them and been done with the series, but no, I stopped at like 11 books. I don't know why. This was quite a while ago, so I think if I tried to reread it, I would have to reread the whole series. Whoops. I didn't think that one through. But yeah, 11 books out of 13. I should not have stopped. That was a bad decision on my part. I don't know what I was thinking. Question number 3 is a hyped author that you just can't seem to get along with. Now, I think I tend to like most hyped authors. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Cassandra Clare, purely because, like, I've read the entire Mortal Instruments series, but I enjoyed it at the time that I read it, but I know 100% now, if I read it now, I don't think I'd get on with those books. But I do want to try reading, like, The Infernal Device, The Dark Artifices. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Cassandra Clare because she's the only one off the top of my head that I can think of that I don't get along with, or that I just don't see the hype for. So we kinda. Question number 4 is a genre that you rarely read from. Now this for me would either be non-fiction or like horror or thriller. I do actually enjoy horror and thriller books, depending. It like really depends on the book for me. But I definitely don't read non-fiction, though I am trying to this year. But those three are like my least read, because obviously sci-fi and fantasy are my like top read, and YA I do tend to read quite a lot of because I read YA fantasy, and I've started reading a fair few contemporaries recently, and romance. I don't really read romance unless it's like in fantasy or in the sci-fi, but romance by itself, I won't read that because that's not my style, despite having just finished a fluffy YA romance novel. And I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. Question number 5, the most elusive book. A book or edition you just can't get your hands on. Now this one's again a difficult one because I've actually gotten my hands on copies that I've wanted. But one that I really wanted last year and I didn't get until I think this year was the Fairy Loot edition of Kingdom of the Wicked. I fell in love with that book. That was my favourite book of last year, and sadly my Fairy Loot subscription came in November and the book came out in October. So I was devastated that I couldn't get my hands on it because it's so beautiful. Like, it's right here and like those frayed edges are just everything, and naked book cover. So I do actually have it now, and I can't think of any editions that I really want at the moment. I think I'm quite satisfied with what I've got, so I'm just going to go with that one, despite having got my hands on it now. Question number 6 is a book or an author that keeps getting recommended to you, but you know you won't enjoy. This again is a hard one because I think I'm gonna have to go with Cassandra Clare again because it's Connor's favourite, like one of his favourite authors, and he really enjoys her books. He's got a whole like vlog of every time he's read one of her books, so if you're interested, go check them out. There are spoilers, but they are very good vlogs. But I just because I have trouble thinking that I'm gonna, like, I enjoyed her more Influence when I read them, but I know I won't enjoy them now, so I'm quite hesitant to like carry on with her other books because I have this doubt that I'm gonna enjoy them. So yeah, so with Cassandra Clare and Connor. Question number 7 is a book that has a better cover in a different language. Ooh, okay, this one I did not think about. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm back and I looked through a lot of books, and to be honest, I wasn't as big a fan of the other covers, and I couldn't really find one that was like set in a different language that I particularly liked more than like my editions that I own. So I have gone for like a UK versus US edition, and I've gone with Victory is Greater Than Death. Now it's not out yet, but I've got an ARC and I'm really excited to read it. However, this is the ARC cover. I'm pretty sure this is the UK edition, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't know why. It's just like, it's nice enough, but this is like, I'm pretty sure this is the US edition. And you can't see the colours as well, but the purples and like the blues on this cover are just gorgeous, and I really, really want this edition because it's just absolutely like drop dead gorgeous, and I want it, but I know it's not the UK edition and I'm really sad. So unfortunately, though I haven't been able to find one in a different language, this will have to do because I looked through so many books. Question number 8 is a book that you've only seen in TV or movie adaptation, and for this I'm going to say The Room, or Room as it's called. It's not The Room, it's just Room. It's a thriller. Yeah, I'd say it's a thriller, where this woman was kidnapped and she had a baby during the time that she was held hostage, and they are kept in a room, and that's all the boy knows. And I'm pretty sure the book is told from the boy's perspective. And I've only ever seen the movie. The movie was brilliant, by the way. It was so emotional, and the atmosphere was perfect in the movie, so I'm really excited to get to the book. Number 9 is a book that you wouldn't watch if it got adapted. And I'm not going to say I would never watch adaptations. I tend to watch all of them, especially of books that I've read, but I would be very hesitant because, as you know, there's a Court of Thorns and Roses adaptation being made on Hulu, and I'm very scared because I really love the ACOTAR theory, but I am worried that things aren't going to be done the way us readers want them to, from reading the books and feeling everything, like the atmosphere and everything. I don't know if they're going to do it justice because it's such an expansive world, and the characters, I have certain images of my mind on how the characters should look, and if their cast doesn't fit that, I'm gonna be very like, I'll just be like disorientated. I won't be feeling the same vibes that I get from the books. So yeah, I don't think I would never watch an adaptation, but I know adaptations in the past have very much disappointed me, so I'd be very hesitant to watch any Sarah J. Maas adaptation because I have very high expectations. So. Question number 10. A book series that shouldn't have been continued. You all know what I'm going to say for this one. Children from Blood and Bone. It should not have been continued. Simple. I feel like the first book had enough of a journey and character development and emotions that it actually, if it had been just a bit longer, we could have finished it in just that one book. But no, it got continued with a second book. And also a third book. I think that's coming out this year. Second book does not exist to me. Third book, I'll read it just to finish the series. But yeah, that series should not have been continued at all. Question 11. A trope that puts you off picking up a book. Sometimes you don't know that the trope's in a book. Miscommunication. I absolutely hate miscommunication. It annoys me so much because it's just like, all you had to do was talk. All you had to do was communicate. I'm very big on communication when there's conflict. It's just like, just talk, just get it sorted. So miscommunication in a book is just, I don't like it. But also love triangles. I very rarely pick up a book that has a love triangle in it because I don't like them. I absolutely do not like them. Yeah, there are a few exceptions, of course. But yeah, I don't tend to pick up books with love triangles in it unless it's been recommended to me. And then I might, not guaranteed, but I might, depending on how much I trust that person's opinion and things like that. But yeah, that is the end of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.